Welcome to our channel. Subscribe and watch until the end of this video. As there is a lunar eclipse foreseen for mid of March, we prepared this video which, we hope, will give some motivation to go out and observe it live. Among the many spectacles the sky offers us, one of the easiest to observe is certainly the moon. In fact, our satellite is at a distance that still allows us to see details. Moreover, unlike the sun, even during a full moon, we can look at it without any protective filters. These characteristics make it relatively easy to observe and photograph a lunar eclipse. A bit of theory to understand the movements of the Sun-Earth-Moon trio. In practice, the moon revolves around the Earth, and in turn, the Earth-Moon system orbits the sun. An eclipse happens when the moon passes into the Earth's shadow, meaning when all three bodies are aligned. If things were that simple, every full moon would be an eclipse. However, there are a few more things to consider. Observing from the celestial North Pole, the moon rotates around its axis counterclockwise in 27:32:16 days. The moon follows an elliptical orbit with an apogee, the farthest point from Earth, and a perigee, the closest point to Earth. The Earth is located at one of the two foci of this ellipse. During its movement, the moon follows a plane and is periodically in three particular positions. We say it's in conjunction with the sun when it's between us and the sun, new moon. There are the two positions at 90 degrees to the Earth-Sun axis, first and third quarters. Finally, the moon might be in opposition when the three bodies are aligned with Earth between the moon and the sun along the axis that joins them. In this position, there could be an eclipse. These movements occur on a plane where the lunar orbit is tilted about 5.15 degrees relative to the plane of the Earth's orbit around the sun. The line where the two planes intersect is called the line of nodes. A lunar eclipse happens when there is perfect alignment between the sun, Earth, and the moon. Our satellite passes through the shadow cast by our planet. This can only occur during a full moon, which happens every 29:53:05 days, the time it takes the moon to complete one revolution around its orbit. At this point, one might wonder why there isn't an eclipse every full moon, every month. This happens because of the tilt of the planes in which the Earth and Sun move along their respective orbits. The alignment isn't always perfect. An eclipse only happens when the full moon occurs near the line of nodes. Lunar eclipses can be observed from the whole nighttime half of the Earth. When the Earth does eclipse the sun, it casts two types of shadows on the moon: a larger shadow, known as the penumbra, and a smaller, darker shadow, known as the umbra. There are three types of lunar eclipses. First is a total lunar eclipse, when the sun, moon, and Earth are perfectly aligned. The moon falls within the Earth's umbral shadow. Total lunar eclipses are the most striking of the three types because they turn the moon a sunset red. While shorter blue wavelengths of light are scattered outward by the Earth's atmosphere, longer red wavelengths are refracted or bent inward toward the moon, making it appear red. The brightness of the moon's red glow depends on how much dust and clouds are in the Earth's atmosphere. One cause of eclipses that are more or less colored red is found in the dust in the atmosphere. For example, volcanic eruptions put large amounts of ash into the atmosphere after volcanic activity. Ash can block enough light to make the moon appear darker red, or even nearly black. Second type is a partial lunar eclipse. This occurs when the Earth, moon, and sun don't align perfectly, so only part of the moon passes into the Earth's umbra. Earth's shadow appears very dark on the side of the moon facing the Earth. Third type is a penumbral lunar eclipse. Happens when the moon passes through the Earth's penumbral shadow. This event is so subtle that most people don't even notice. The moon will appear just slightly darker than normal. As we saw when we started to talk of lunar eclipse, there are few more things to consider. A very important one is the duration of the lunar month. The time it takes to complete one full revolution is called the lunar month. The duration of the month can be evaluated by two different methods. The sidereal month is the time between two successive alignments of the moon and a star on the meridian, and it lasts 27:32:16 days. This value represents the true period of revolution and rotation. The moon's rotation around its axis happens in the same time as its revolution around the Earth, which is why the moon always shows the same face to the Earth as it rotates and revolves. However, the moon also moves around the sun together with the Earth. This movement is called translation. At the end of the sidereal month, the moon is again aligned with the Earth relative to a distant star, but not relative to the sun. To realign with the Earth and the sun, the moon must travel an additional arc around the Earth. Corresponding to the angle the Earth has moved over the 27 days spent orbiting the sun. This arc is about 27 degrees, and the moon takes 2 more days to complete it. For this reason, the interval between two similar alignments of the moon and sun, for example, 2 conjunctions, lasts 29:53:05 days and is called the synodic or lunar month. Lunar Eclipses 2025. For 2025, there are 2 total lunar eclipses to be seen. On March 14th, centered in North America, and on September 7th, centered in Asia. Depending on your location, intensity will be different. Nowadays, there are Weibo pages or app that, for a given location, will calculate details like duration, begin of penumbral maximum ends. We obtained the eclipse data displayed in this video using the app Eclipse made by TemianDate.com. This app is no longer supported. To find out the exact data for a given eclipse, we warmly suggest you to access the https://www.TemianDate.com, where you will find a lot of useful astronomical information. Here the data from https://www.TemianDate.com for a location in USA where it will be a total eclipse, and probably it's possible to take some nice pictures. Of course, online you get much more info, like a simulation how it could be, and much more. Thanks to staying with us until the end of this video. Remember to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with new content that will be released. If you liked it, add a like to the video. See you in the next video.